My great-grandmother married young and into a life of sadness. Her husband was a mean drunk, and he was always drunk. He'd leave her for weeks at a time, always coming back eventually, but always leaving again. She didn't have time to be pensive or to feel sorry for herself, with 5 children to raise during the Great Depression on a farm in Iowa. But sometimes, while washing dishes or hanging up the laundry to dry, she'd stop just for a moment, as if she suddenly realized something. She'd pause to take in the acres of flat surrounding her, and think to herself how strange life is. The gypsies came during the day, groups of them, mostly families, sometimes with single men and women with them. They had the weathered look of people who've known real hatred and real love, who've earned the wear of their skin and souls. They had an understanding ruthlessness that came from being born into a way of life, and from facing generations' worth of uninvited discrimination. Sometimes it was justified, sometimes they stole, sometimes they swindled, in different ways. They survived. She knew they would ask to stay on the farm for a few days or for a few weeks. When her husband was away, she let them. She liked the idea of having companions on the farm. Their presence in the field became a comfort to her. Just the energy of their lives broke the hum of loneliness that filled her own. At night, after everyone went to bed, she would sit on the back step, eyes closed, soaking up the music they made in the distance. Sometimes I wonder how it happened. Was it just once? Did she know him? Did she love him? Was it summertime? The dull lullaby of sleepy crickets enveloping them as she met the gypsy man in the night? Or did she invite him into her house during the day when her sons were out and her husband was gone? Did she offer him a glass of water? Did they talk? I imagined the full quiet of the house as they sat together in a sacred moment of stillness, the yelling of her husband and boys gone for just 1 hour, maybe 2. I wonder if she was nervous, or if she felt guilty. However it happened, she brought the gypsy blood into her life, into her descendants' lives. At that moment, it became a part of her, the sin and beauty of the act, creating a new life within her. At that moment, the gypsy blood met with my great-grandmother's and became one. At that very moment, 2 lives began another, an accident, a miracle. At that very instant, a new life became. Her DNA a mix of Iowa farm and traveling foreigner, of corn and nomads and music and hope and loneliness, all tangled up in those double helixes. It would never be certain. It would become a rumor told first to my Grandma Bonnie, all dark hair, olive skin, and midnight eyes, by her sandy-haired, freckled brothers. It would be passed on, subtly, in bits and pieces at family gatherings and talks between a mother and her daughter, down from my great-grandmother's life to my own. As far as everyone would admit, my great-grandfather was the alcoholic husband, but it would never be certain. The gypsies never stayed for long. They packed up what little they had, leaving just as they came, my great-grandmother pretending not to watch them go. I imagine her on the farm months after the fact, looking at the dark-haired daughter of her indiscretion. I wonder if she feels pride, if she feels a different kind of love for this child, a reminder of hope and of the things she could have known. I picture her standing at the back door of the kitchen, eyeing the place where she met the gypsy man one night. She looks out at the field surrounding her, and thinks not of the man himself, but of alternate endings, and of possibilities. She wonders and wishes before picking her daughter up and walking back through the door.
Heart is your blame.